taking a minute. Should we just sit here smiling? All right, yo, welcome back to the Bring the Thunder podcast. Game recap of Game 5. My chest hurts. King Capers looks like he's dead. Sapphire looks cool, calm, and collected. I'm not going to lie. But I'll open up with the usual 112 to 105. OKC gets it done at home against Denver. This was a game where we started fast, 12-2. Then it was 16-12 Denver out of nowhere, and for the rest of the game we were trailing all the way to the fourth, going down to the fourth quarter, down by 8. And then all of a sudden, Lou Dort just sparked up, bro.
Lugas.
I mean, this yeah, that's Lugas. My bad. Out of nowhere, 4 threes, just banged them. 4 of 8 tonight. I'm pretty sure all 4 came in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Sparked our team, got us up. J-Dub hits a corner 3 to go up by 3 with about a minute left. Shea comes down. You know he's shooting a 3 with a minute left, but he made it this time. So we go up by 6, and that was really it. Just a gritty win. Dare I say lucky win? I mean, there was a 6-minute stretch in the fourth quarter that Denver had no field goals, and it's not like we were playing the best defense. They had some open looks.
They missed their shots.
What's up?
I said they missed their shots. That's what happened.
Yeah, Denver missed their shots. But in the playoffs, you missed your shots. The other team's going to take full advantage of it, right? And that's what we did tonight. Thank God. We didn't do it in Game 4. We ended up winning, but we were missing shots as well. But at the end of the day, lucky or not, OKC's up 3-2, and this is a huge improvement from last season. All game long, I was getting flashbacks of when we lost by 12 to Dallas in Game 5 last year at home. Won it this year, and the boys are ready to go in for Game 6. We got Garrett saying I almost had a heart attack from this game. Garrett, my chest actually hurts. Like, I'm not even lying when I'm like, it hurts bad.
Yo, I'm in a group chat, and everyone was posting their Apple Watches, and they all had practically a heart attack or a mini heart attack watching this game. So
here we go. We got Ralph Films over here. He's saying Joe Shea did it. Shea he had the game we waited for. Shea did it. Joe Shea, he's going crazy. Shea did it. Shea was under 50%. But he made the 3 when it counted, right? I still hate
surprisingly, yeah, bro.
But I mean, give the guy credit. He was getting to the rim too in the fourth quarter.
Yes, he was.
31, 6, and 7 is a damn good game. I just wish it was a little more efficient, but it is the playoffs, so I know I got to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did it. He did it. Steve Fly said, "Y'all think we get Game 6 in Denver?" You guys answer that
first.
Yo, before I answer that, can I point something out real quick about that?
Go right ahead, bro.
About that Shea basket that he hit. His percentage on like that little small step back versus any pull-up threes that he has is a drastically different percentage from 3, which is actually crazy. Like all his step backs, his percentages are probably like as high as they can get. Like it averages out. I don't know what he's shooting this year. Like I'm not even sure, but I think that's a huge factor to why he made that the last one. The previous one he missed because he kind of just came up and pulled it. So yeah. And then what do I think about us in Denver? It's done, guys. It's not. This is 2012 Western Conference Finals all over again, baby. Let's go.
Papers, I'm gonna let you answer.
I hope he's right, bro. I don't know though, bro. Yo, the role players tend to play better at home. Dude, this was a dog fight, bro. And that was in OKC. So you can only imagine the punch they're about to throw at us at home. I don't know. I hope you're right though. Because that 2012 game was one to watch. And I don't know, bro.
Denver's a smart team.
Yes, they are.
Veteran leadership, a savvy team, a good team. I'd call it 50-50. I wouldn't put my money on a win. If we come back home, I'd like to say I'd put my money on a Game 7 win. I originally had this series going 7. I have us winning. Chill. But Here's the thing that's sticking out to me, and it's really bothering me in my head.
Let's talk about
Normally in the second round, the MVP gets announced, and you get your trophy at home before a game at home. We didn't get it tonight. Shea didn't get it tonight. So there's two possibilities. One is Jokic gets it in game 6, which would be obviously we know that's not happening.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I mean, is it like an auto game 7? Like,
yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Like, I mean, he's got to get it at home in the second round. That's what they do. They've done it for years and years. They don't, unless you're not in the second round, you get it in the second round. So I don't know if that means we're coming back automatically for game 7.
I said this while I was on TikTok Live, where I was like, if they don't present it before the game, like today, then I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Because they typically don't wait past. It's already the 14th. This is the longest they've gone without presenting the MVP award in recent years. Usually by the 13th of May, between usually like the 7th to the 13th is when it's announced. Between that time for probably like the past decade or whatever. So now we're kind of in uncharted territory on when this will be announced. If I had to guess, I don't think they're going to present it in game 7. I don't think it's going to go to 7.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to present it after the series because of the fact that both the two MVP candidates are playing against each other, and possibly they feel like presenting it before the game kind of sways it one way or another in terms of the atmosphere. They want to keep it focused on the series rather than the MVP award is what I'm predicting.
Here's another thing about the MVP is they normally announce it like a week before the second round even starts.
Yeah.
So not even giving him the trophy at home, they haven't even announced a winner yet.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm saying it's going to be way past this series. I think it'll go into the next round. I think it must be that close where they're having to figure out the voting situation.
Yeah. I mean, how the odds ended with like minus 1,000.
I know, but
they cut the odds off. They cut the odds off.
Yeah, they did.
They cut the odds off, but that doesn't mean they cut the voters off.
That's facts. Well, if Satvir's right, I got OKC in 6 because we'll get it in game 1 of the Western Conference Final against what's looking like Minnesota. But let's get back into this game. I didn't even do my rundown. I'm so distracted. Shea, 31, 6, and 7. Ralph Films, yeah, he did it for one game. Stay humble. Do it again the next game. It's the playoffs. We don't get a ring for one game. J-Dub, big corner 3, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Shooting wasn't great, but got to the line a lot. Second highest plus minus on the team. And like I said, big 3 to go up by 3 with about a minute left. Chet, 14 and 8, looked pretty good. Started the game off with a 3. Best plus minus on the team with a plus 13. Isaiah Hartenstein looked pretty solid. Floaters were back 15 and 7, 7 of 10. Lou Dort, 12 points. I think they were all in the fourth quarter. I think he made 3 or 4 straight threes to cut the lead to 2, which was awesome because Capers and I were chatting on the side. Like,
oh, yeah.
Capers was saying it's time. Like, this is time when we rely on Lou, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, he's right, but damn, if it doesn't fall, Marks might have to go, but they fell. Caruso off the bench, 13 and 4, 3 threes out of 6. Doing, what he does, dropping the Case in minutes, dropping the Wiggins minutes, dropping the J. Will minutes. Even though J. Will was there to close the game for most of it in the fourth quarter, our 3 guys get dropped, and I think that's why we weren't pulling away. They put those 3 in together. I texted in the group chat. We went down like 9 in the second quarter, and I was like, Wiggins, Wallace, and Caruso. That's what I said. And they put them all in together, and we cut the lead down to 2. And then we subbed again, and we went back down a little bit. I don't get it. I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
You like, the more we talk about it, you could watch it and like think about it, and you're like, oh shit, yeah. And then he's like, no, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Wallace saved the game last game. Wallace and Wiggins really, and Caruso saved game 4 for OKC. And they get, not really Caruso, but Wallace and Wiggins just get nothing this game. Absolutely nothing. Wiggins comes in, hits a big three, had a huge block,
and a rebound.
And a rebound. And that was it. And 2 assists.
Ball
Can I point something else out real quick?
Please.
Oh Lord. It's beating a dead horse at this point. But,
oh my God.
We're going into the fourth quarter. Jokic and Murray are in the game. We have Shea on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a must-win scenario.
I said that.
And before anyone even gets on me, Shea rested a lot of the first. Shea rested a lot of the second. Dare I say he rested a good amount in the third. How is he not starting in the fourth? How is he not closing the rest of the fourth? We wouldn't even have a 9-point deficit at that point. The 9-point deficit came when he was on the bench for 3 minutes. And this is the same exact thing that happened in game 1 and I believe game 3, whichever one that was the one we lost.
Game 3.
And then he brings Shea back in. And bro, this is when I really start tripping on live. He has Chet on the bench after that.
Yeah.
He does the same thing, the same type of like, okay, you have a plan. You have to make adjustments according to what you see, not according to what you've done all season. This is the playoffs. This is not the regular season. Like, there's no adjustments in Mark's plan. If it's we're going to foul in this scenario, we're going to foul in this scenario. If we're going to take a timeout in this scenario, we're going to take a timeout in this scenario. If we're going to take a substitution pattern in every single game, even whether we lose or win, he's still sticking to his quote unquote plan. Yeah, it worked out with Lou Dort, but it's not going to work out for you the further we go. If we're going against a Wolves team, they're pretty well coached and they're structurally a really way better defensive team than this one. It's going to be a tough reckoning. I'm going to tell you all that right now.
Let me try to defend him.
The lack of adjustments is actually
wow. Hold on now, Joe. I'm surprised about this one.
I'm not saying this is right, but
I'm surprised about this.
This is where what I was kind of thinking. I saw Shea sitting down, and I was like, "This guy's got to get fired. He's got to get fired." Especially when we were losing, if we were going to lose that game, and Shea was sitting, if we lost that game and Shea started on the bench in the fourth quarter with Murray and Jokic in, he needed to get fired. But he had the guys that were playing better than Shea at the moment in the game. Caruso was keeping us afloat. J-Dub was looking good. And Hartenstein was playing pretty well. Then he put Shea in, and Chet's on the bench, Hartenstein's on the bench, and J. Will's matched up with Jokic, which J. Will does a great job on Jokic.
Yeah, right? He does.
But
not alone.
Weak side defense from Chet is it's real. I mean, he had like 3 blocks in the fourth quarter. They left J. Will on an island by himself with no weak side. The weak side was Shea.
Or Caruso,
which is good, but I mean, if you're going to have J. Will in, have him in with Chet. Mark got lucky tonight. He got lucky tonight. He made some right decisions. When the lead was slipping away in the fourth quarter, well, not the lead, but when the lead was getting larger for Denver, and he wasn't making. Honestly, he didn't make many adjustments. Lou just hit shots. To be honest, Lou hit shots and Denver didn't. So we could be talking about a whole different thing after, what transpired tonight. But for now, we're going to say we're up 3-2. Lou Dort is back. He's probably going to hit 5 threes in Denver in game 6.
Maybe.
And sometimes you need a bit of little luck on your side in the playoffs, and we'll take it. We'll take it 3-2.
There hasn't been a championship winner without some luck.
Well, let me ask you this. What's your guys' thoughts on – you guys remember game 1 where Jokic was killing us on the offensive glass? It seemed like he was doing that for a good stretch tonight. What is the problem with us having 2 bigs and we still can't out-rebound him?
One for me, I was getting pretty pissed by myself, was so our team rebounds a lot or benefits from our guards. We got a lot of guards that are, they get in there, they tip the ball, and then we get rebounds from J-Dub and Kaysen and Caruso. There was one guy that really stuck out tonight for me, who looked a bit tired and wasn't really hustling. to get rebounds, and there was a few loose balls that hopped on the floor where he didn't dive on the ground for. Shai's got to get in there, bro. Yeah. Shai's got to get in there and help. He looked like he was taking those plays off to conserve his energy, which I'm fine with if we're winning and you're going to finish the game like he did tonight. But there was a few plays I could pick out specifically. Dort saved his ass. Porter Jr. was on the ground scraping up a loose ball right in front of Shai. Shai standing, trying to grab it. And then Dort just dove his ass right on top of MPJ. And we got the jump ball. But that's like one of those plays where like everyone's got to help rebound against Jokic, bro. He's the best. He's the best. They also got Gordon. They also got MPJ, who's damn near 7 foot tall as well. So it's got to be team rebounding. And when I say team, it's got to be like every single person on the floor. But there's just going to be games when Jokic is going to get his offensive boards, especially like off the bounces he was getting. They were chucking up shots to the rim that were falling right into his hands. We had a few deflections that fell right into his hands. We had a few mistakes where we didn't have the bigs at the same time against Jokic.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, with just J. Will out there. So, I mean, that's just going to be a game-to-game thing, the rebounding, honestly. It's the same, like, game plan. It's the same game plan. It's just some of them are going to fall into his hands. Some of them, they're going to be ours. We just got to want it more.
Simple as that.
It really is. Like, it sounds simple, but, like, our guards are insane at going and getting the ball, tipping away from Jokic before he gets it. It bounces once on the ground. They're on it. So
the thing about Jokic is he doesn't let the ball bounce on the ground. He keeps tipping it back up to himself.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah.
There was another play I really wanted to point out tonight. And I can't remember what it was. Oh. That offensive foul call on Jokic when J. Will was in him. I like that they called it an offensive foul because J. Will stand there with his hands up, just walking with him, and Jokic is just.
Oh yeah, no. He was just trying to get a call.
He was trying to bait the call. I prefer more of a flopping technical there, because I mean, what he did isn't necessarily an offensive foul, but we can't have that. Like, we can't have that in the NBA. Like, you cannot go up, and he continued to do it the rest of the game. He goes into our players and just fully like I don't even know what he does. He just grabs them, folds on top of them, and then he begs for a call. I don't get it, but I'm happy that they did call that an offensive foul. I prefer like a flopping tech, but if he's not going to get those calls, we're in good shape, because he gets a lot of calls like that, and it builds up their free throws at the end of the game.
Yeah. Well, shoot, bro. So what's your guys' thoughts heading into game 6, man? Because, listen, you remember me the other day. I said we were going to blow this game open. Boy, it looked like that to start. Boy, was I wrong.
It was looking like that, and then we went into the third and decided Joe, Wiggins, and Kaysen wouldn't see much of the floor again. So,
man, you got to take it game by game. I still think we're a much better team than they are. They are out-coaching us this series.
Absolutely.
And they have more experience, which I hate saying, but it
makes sense, though.
The experience with really good players, like Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic. Like, they're very experienced, but they're also very good players. MVP level, all-star level. So OKC's just got to be on. If OKC can make some shots, which they're more than capable of doing. Like, if Lou's on, I'm going to just say this. If Lou's on to start game 6, we're winning that game.
They're in trouble.
We're winning that game. If Lou makes 3 to 4 threes, we're winning. Because that leaves other guys open, and they'll knock down their shots. And I'd like to see a statement from Shai. I think the ending of this game especially is going to give him a little bit more confidence. I know he's a super confident guy already, but I think that's kind of like overhyped. I think he wants to look very confident, but there's certain situations where I don't think he looks very confident at all. And don't get it wrong. I want him to be the best player ever. You know. But I think Game 6, if Lou could get going, we keep the same game plan and just make shots, and then if Shea could have a big fourth quarter, we can win that game. And if they're planning on giving Shea the MVP in Game 7, well, we'll wipe their ass at home Game 7. That's it. That's it. But I'm actually confident to say that I think we're gonna win Game 6.
Okay, I hope you're right, bro.
And I want to say something about Minnesota, but we'll get to them if we get to them. To them.
Let's wait to comment on any upcoming series because we're in a dogfight right now. Otherwise, if this series was wide open, we could definitely talk about the next one. Right now, we got Jokic, and he's giving us everything right now.
Do you think he figured us out? Do you think he found his groove, bro?
He definitely
if you think he found us out, we're in trouble.
You know what he did today that he hasn't been doing? He hit 5 out of 7 threes. He was 0 for 18 his last 2 games before this.
He was.
So you add 15 points, he's going to have 44. He had 15 points from the 3-point line, add 5 from the free throw line. That's 20 points. Mm-hmm. That's almost half his points from threes and free throws. So, I mean, it's not about Jokic figuring us out. It's about if Jokic can hit his shots. If he's knocking down threes, it's going to be a rough game, but show tonight that we could still win those games.
The reason he was hitting those shots, I'll also say, was Hartenstein was giving him a lot more space in this game, if you guys noticed. There wasn't really much in the way of when it comes to resistance. And I felt like the matchup, and I've been preaching this, if we're going to go one-on-one at times, I'd rather have Chet out there with the long arms disrupting him because I don't think he does not in the paint or on the 3-point line. He doesn't even see Hartenstein at this point because he's seen him all series.
Right.
And the way he's shooting when he sees him, that's like a traffic cone to him right now.
I'm still cool with throwing 3 different guys at him during the game.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, but I think the close between Jay Will or Chet are kind of our best bets. But if I had to bet on anyone on a game on the line situation in Denver, I'm putting Chet Holmgren on him.
Here's why I want Jay Will on him at the end of the game, to be honest. Because Jay Will could space the floor on the offensive side, right? Because he's not just playing defense; he's got to go back on the offensive side of the ball. But we closed tonight. Chet had 3 weak side blocks. If Chet he's guarding Jokic and he has to go block Murray, that ball's probably going straight to Jokic after he blocks it anyway, and Jokic just gonna lead it. But there's gonna be nobody there. So we got to have Chet on the weak side, just because we need him to be the best shot blocker on the floor. And we need to give him a lot of opportunity if they're going to drive that he could roam over there and not have to deal with, oh, shit, I just left Jokic, right? So I'd like it to be Jay Will because he's done a really good job on him. Plus, he can come over to the offensive side, make plays. Hartenstein can make plays, but he can't shoot the 3 ball as well as Jay Will, obviously. So if you're going to choose between them two, I think it's got to be Jay Will and Chet on the weak side help. I mean, he had 3 blocks in the last 3 minutes. It was awesome.
The counterpoint to that was if we don't have him out there, we can have an extra guard out there like Caruso, Kaysen, Shea, J-Dub, and Chet. I'd prefer that over having a bench possibly.
Problem is, we kind of ran into a good problem tonight because if Lou's hitting 4 threes in a row, you're not putting in another guard. You're going to
with
Lou. They stayed with Lou tonight, and Caruso finished the game on the bench.
We were down when they stayed with Lou.
And you were sick about that too, Joe.
Yeah, I was sick.
Yo, by the way, for everybody watching at home, like I said, we were chatting back and forth like in the 4th quarter or something like that. He was sick that Lou was even in the building. Talk about that, bro.
Think about it, bro, because I think every OKC fan was sick that Lou was still out there. I mean, we love Lou Dort. He hasn't hit a damn shot all series.
Yeah, he couldn't hit
He hasn't hit a shot all series. Murray, I mean, he makes Murray's job hard, but so does Kaysen and Caruso, who's been knocking down threes. It's just not Lou's series until he comes out and hits 4 straight threes. And it's like, if he could do that, hell yeah. I mean, they're all the same player. Caruso, Dort, Wallace, they're all very similar. 3 and D they all could slash a little bit, but it's like if he's he wasn't on all game. And Mark got very lucky that he started hitting those shots. Because if Lou's still shooting those shots and he's missing, and he's still not taking them out, game's over. I mean, Denver would have capitalized on at least one of those possessions, and we were down by 8 before he started making all those shots, right? So,
yeah, that was a very crucial turning point in the game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I feel like Mark making that decision was huge.
But let me tell you, like, if Lou Dort's making those shots, of course he's going to be on the floor.
You got to keep him. Yeah, you got to keep him on there.
He's going to be the best defender. I mean, I just lost my stats, but I think Murray had 28, but I think he went 10 of 27 again. Like, he's had one efficient game all series long.
Yeah, 10 of 27, 3 of 13. Jokic had 44 and 15, 17 to 25.
See that we got. I mean, sometimes he's going to get that.
He figured us out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He made his threes. He made his threes. He got a lot of offensive boards.
Yeah.
Look, he figured us out. We still won the game.
Yeah, but bro,
that's when it comes down to we have more. If we're hitting, if our guys are hitting our shot, we already won a game in Denver. Why can't we win again?
No, I didn't say we couldn't. No, that's not what I'm saying. Listen, I'm not saying we have no chance, bro. I'm just saying we need to be worried, bro. We need to be worried.
We ain't worried about a damn thing because if we do lose, we need to be worried. Still have home court. If we lose, we got a game 7 at home, and if we lose that game, well, there's gonna be some moves that have to be made. Yeah. But right now we're up 3-2 with a chance to go finish it in their house, which would be pretty sweet.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's not the end of the world if we lose game 6. Still got another game at home, right?
Low key though. Because they coming in the Paycom with momentum. Yeah. The pressure's on us, not them.
On them right
They're
now.
Playing with house money, but we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves, though. Like I said, we got game 6 Thursday.
Listen, it's really hard to predict these games.
I know.
This series in particular, like OKC was blowing them out game 1, blew it, right? Then they blew them out game 2 really bad. Then it was a dogfight and went to overtime, and Denver won at home in overtime, right? So that's like a good win for them, but they probably expect to win in regulation. Then they lose in a shitty game from both teams. Then we come back to OKC. It's a dogfight. Then Denver takes the lead. Then OKC goes on their run like they normally do. Can one of you? What did we finish the final score of the fourth quarter? We went in down 8, so we must have won that quarter by 16 or so.
Yeah, something like that, or 15.
About 15.
That's like the OKC run that I've been waiting for. We've done that all season long, where we go on this crazy run, kind of like how the Warriors used to be in the third quarter.
Yeah,
they used to call it their quarter because they would blow teams out in the third quarter. That was it. We do that a lot. We've done that a lot in the fourth quarter this year. Did it against Boston at home. I think Boston had like 6 points in the fourth quarter. Something real low, like something stupid low. We did it against Cleveland in the first quarter.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what OKC does. If we could, bro, all it is for OKC is if Lou Dort hits 2 threes in that first quarter, Shea hits his jumpers, Jay Will gets to the rim, and Chet adds a couple threes.
We're going to blow everybody out if that's the case.
They're going to blow them out.
But will that happen, though? That's a lot to ask for, it seemed like, bro.
I don't think so. I think the fact that they're winning this series 3-2, the fact that they just won at home after what happened last year, they're still young. Lou finally found a shot. If he could carry over, and Shea finally closed the game, like that.
Man.
That wasn't close. That wasn't like, all right, he hit a couple shots, but they were spaced out. That was close. And J-Dub hit the 3 to go ahead. J-Dub's confident as hell. He airballed one 2 minutes before that.
Yeah.
I think they're growing. If they're growing through this stretch, and now Lou's on, and Shea's confident as hell, and Caruso's going to be doing his thing, and we know our role guys will always be solid. We can go in and fuck them up. We really can. There's so many opportunities to win this game.
They were saying this OKC team is growing before our eyes as this series is going.
That comes with them missing a few shots, but again, they also made a lot of shots tonight. Like I said, Jokic hit 5 threes. Like, they missed shots down the stretch, but they also made shots early. So there's a lot of outcomes of Game 6. We just have to wait and see. I'm not going to try to predict. I think I'm pretty confident, but Denver. I don't know. I really don't know.
You guys want to hear the best part about this win?
Let's talk about it.
Jokic played 44 minutes. Murray played 42 minutes. Bron just played 43 minutes, and now they have to go home in a tougher. It's a tough environment for us, but it's still tough on them in terms of their body.
Yeah, it works for both sides.
Because we said that, but bro, we said that going into the series, though, bro. Think about what they just been through before the series just started.
They're gonna be tired now, man.
They've got to be tired
now. They went 7, and now they're gonna go 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Even if they beat us somehow, they'll be done by Minnesota. Another thing, going into Denver, we showed that we could win in Denver. We had 2 very close games. One we lost, one we won. And Minnesota really showed that you could win in Denver last postseason. Minnesota took care of Denver, I think, twice on the road, and they won Game 7 on the road, I believe, in Denver last year. So, I mean, it's not like – I don't really think it's the toughest environment. I get the altitude, but it comes down to really who's making their shots, who has the better game plan, and who has the better team. And I think we do. I really think we do, especially if everyone's cooking. I'm going to say it right now. OKC's going to win Game 6 for sure. Like, I'm not even
predicted this series in 6 anyway.
I predicted in 7. From what I saw tonight, I know it came with Denver struggling down the stretch. I think we win it relatively easily, and not by 20, but close to double digits in Game 6. For a strict reason, I think they were missing those shots because what we were just talking about, they probably got a little tired towards the end of that game. A lot of minutes during this game. 7-game series with the Clippers, already now going to be 6. And I think we're just growing. I think we're growing. I as much as I hate on the guy because he's supposed to be the best in the world, right? I think Shea's going to go cook. I think he's going to fry. I think he's 35 plus in Game 6 if it's needed. It might not even be needed, but I think he's going to go crazy. I think Chet's going to go crazy. I think Hartenstein's going to have a good game. I think Lou's going to make some shots. I really do.
What?
Really think
What'd you just say?
You know why? Because Lou was a 40% three-point shooter all year.
I know.
And he had rough patches, and then he had great stretches. And then he had a rough patch. This was the worst rough patch I've seen from him all season long. If you make 4 in one quarter, you know he's going to be hot next game. He's going to come out in the first. We're going to give it to him. We're going to give him the shots, and they're going to let him shoot them. And they're going to go down, and OKC's going to win that game.
Okay.
And we're going to be hype as hell.
Okay. Y'all, I'm going to be hype if we win.
Not only did OKC win the game, but OKC made the jump from last year to now where we are now.
And not only that, we reached the Western Conference Finals for the first time since I was a junior in high school or a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
So
2016, I was a sophomore, yeah.
Yeah. Sophomore year, bro.
Shea, in his post-game presser, he said after his dagger 3, it felt like it's about time.
Yeah.
It is about time.
Because it is about time.
Because
it is about time. He did close. That was a close.
Ralph filmed 6th grade when we lost to the 2016 playoff series. Yeah, guys, it's been a real long time coming. I could speak for all of us here. We watched OKC get beat in the finals by Miami, and we've watched I'm not gonna say every game, but as pretty much every game since.
And just knew we were going to be back there.
It's just we don't do this for we don't do this because it's fun. Honestly, we do it because it's fun, but we do this because we love Oklahoma City. We love the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Absolutely, bro.
And it means a lot to every single one of us on this panel here. That's why when you see me get super frustrated or super happy, a lot of my emotions rely on this team. You can see I'm a little.
Our whole summer plans rely on this team.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So I mean, it's been a really long time coming, and we went 68-14 this year. We have really high expectations. That's why I get really hard on this team. I wouldn't get hard on the team last year because it was the first run and they weren't ready. I think with the veterans we have, with the players we have, we should win the finals, especially with Boston out of the way. Sucks for Tatum, but like we got to get this done. And if we don't get this done, there's got to be changes. Simple as
Giannis, Dyson Daniels, Herbert Jones, somebody.
Herb Jones would be nice. I mean, but I think it would have to be more of a star and a coach, man.
Yeah.
Star and a coach. But, I mean, we're going to win Game 6 anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe Ralph Films just said since he was in 6th grade. That's crazy.
6th grade, bro.
But for real, it's been 9 years since we were in the Western Conference Final. It's been 13 years since we were in the NBA Final. It's about time we get back, bro, because we've been through some bullshit too, like some real.
We've been through Russell Westbrook injuries, Kevin Durant injuries, Serge Ibaka injuries.
We've been through Billy Donovan,
and on a Damian Lillard shot.
Paul George injuries. Sorry, Paul George injuries.
We've been through a lot. We've been through tanking seasons. We've been through it all, man.
Yeah, think about it. We stuck through those tanking seasons. We play games and put them on the Instagram of name this player, and half of y'all won't know that guy.
Yeah.
And we're not on our phones. I promise you. My phone's dead right now. My phone's dead.
I don't even have my phone on me.
Steezy Fly said, if Shea gets us a ring this season, do you put him over KD all time? Y'all can answer first.
Yeah, and Russ.
Yeah.
KD and Russ. If he gets a ring, he will be the best player in OKC. The greatest player in OKC history, actually, not just the best. But, yeah, because if he gets the MVP, he matches their MVPs.
And he gets the finals MVP.
He got to get a ring, bro.
Got to get that ring.
Got to get it.
I think if he gets a ring this season, yeah, he's the best OKC player of all time. I love Russell Westbrook. He's the reason why I became a fan. I'll always love him. I love when he airballed those 2 threes tonight as well.
Absolutely.
And that huge foul that he had on Shea.
Yeah, that was great.
Under legend.
But I'm not even going to lie. Like, even if Shea doesn't get it this year, Shea's on his way. He's on his way. If he continues this scoring pace, guys, I mean, I already told Capers in one of our lives that a while ago, I think he's the best player we've ever had. If he wins a ring, I think he's the greatest player we've ever had.
Yeah.
I already think he's better than KD, to be honest. KD never did any of this.
KD went to the finals, though.
Yeah, that's
with Russell Westbrook, though.
No.
Put Russell Westbrook next to Shea, it's raps. Prime Russell Westbrook.
I don't know about that, but listen, I hate KD though. But bro, you gotta come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
he has to get a ring. He has to get a ring.
That's a conversation for another time. I'm out, guys. Like 3-2 lead going into Denver. I got nothing to say, but I really do think we're gonna get it done. If we don't come at me because we got another game at home, and I'll give you my prediction before that as well. But I think we're gonna get it done. It's on Friday.
Thursday. It might be Friday. No, it might be Friday.
Is it Thursday or Friday? My phone's dead. I don't even know what day it is.
It'll be tomorrow.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's on Thursday because we get the 1 day break. I'm thinking it was Wednesday today. Yeah, so it's on Thursday. We're gonna go in. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna go to the Western Conference Final. We'll probably see Minnesota advance tomorrow, unless they have an off day tomorrow, but I don't think they do. So we'll have it all set. We'll have OKC, Minnesota. We'll have Pacers, Knicks, most likely. And
can we break that down a little bit for kind of bonus conversation, since we don't really have many thoughts other than we need to win the next game. Like, keep it simple. So what do you guys think about the Eastern Conference?
It's just crazy how let's just talk about Boston for a second. We went from like, they could win it, they could possibly repeat, win the chip, to now him tearing his Achilles. they might enter a full rebuild around Jason Tatum and Brown again. They'll be a playoff team, but like we're talking about top tier championship contenders in one night that changed.
That's crazy. So for Boston, before I get onto the actual teams that'll be left. Yeah. For Boston, that's an Achilles. If that's they said he had surgery on an Achilles rupture, so that's about a year. So that's they're not going to have him really next season for at least the first half.
More than the first half.
And after what Brown's been doing, Boston's got a lot of moves to make. They're already confirming that there will be some moves that they make. I expect one of them to be Porzingis. He's never available. Drew Holiday doesn't, he looks like he's kind of riding off into the sunset a little bit. He is such a great player, but he wasn't all that this year at all. And there's a name and a team that fits really well. There was talks about this trade or him signing there years ago. But if they need to get a rebuild going, Jaylen Brown fits right into Houston. That's been rumored years ago, and I could see that happening. But the Eastern Conference, for real, if the Knicks get it done, Pacers, Knicks, we're going to do our predictions. We're going to have a video for that. Bro, I don't know. I have no idea.
It'll be tough.
I'll tell you right now, if we handle our business, Thunder in 5, 1,000% against either one of those teams. But I couldn't tell you. I love both of those teams offensively. I want to give it to New York because the star power. They got JB and they got Towns and Mikal and OG, and they got a good team. But the Pacers are they turn up in the playoffs. Mind you, the Pacers they got swept by Boston last year, but every game was close as hell. I think there was 3-game win last year. So the Pacers are a playoff performing team. The Knicks are they're gonna be out for blood because they lost to the Pacers and got injured. Anunoby went down. Brunson at the end of games. I think they lost in game 7 last year, if I'm not mistaken. He broke his wrist. So I don't know. That's going to be an amazing series. I'm all for it. I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming. I actually, when Jack and I were talking about the Cavs series, I had Cleveland in 7. But we both agreed that Indiana is more than capable of winning that series. Jack actually took Indiana. He got that one. I didn't expect New York. Capers did somehow.
Bro, look at their team, bro.
Boston just killed them all season long.
They weren't healthy when they played them, bro.
I think my original prediction for that
the Knicks, man.
Celtics Knicks series was I said Celtics, but I could have seen Celtics having to go all the way to 7. So I'm not surprised that the Knicks made it tough on them and took away.
Well, yeah, I'll give a real prediction when we release that video. But I'll say for right now that series is going to be so lit. I can't wait to watch it as an NBA fan.
I hope it goes 7 games.
I think it will go at least 6 or 7, and
it'll be a good one.
For our sake, for the NBA's sake, ain't nobody want to see Minnesota, Indiana, bro. They want to see OKC, New York. So that would be pretty damn cool. I actually live in New York, so I have a lot of guys on my ass about that series. It'd be sweet to beat them up real quick. But
yeah,
NBA playoffs has been lit this year. A lot of injuries, but can't do anything about that. There's been injuries before.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know who I'd rather see, because in a final situation on your second run ever as a team and being the youngest in history, it's so easy to say, we're the better team. But we've seen in this series, we're the better team, but that doesn't mean we got out of this series very smoothly. And I don't think we're going to get out of the next series smoothly, as fans probably are predicting or thinking we will.
Yeah, bro. I had a slip. I bet tonight I had a slip, and it was the easiest slip I've ever seen in my life. These books are insane, thinking that there's going to be blowouts. game 2.
Yeah.
They had OKC minus 10.5.
Yep.
And OKC minus like 470 on the money line. So what I did is I went and did a little parlay. OKC money line, Denver plus 10.5. Smacked it.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest bet, bro.
They wouldn't let me do the Pacers live spread when they were down like 14. I was going to take them to win by like 5, and they wouldn't let me do it. The alternate spread.
Bro, I was looking at that too. I was like,
yeah, I knew they weren't going to lose that game.
Halliburton. You know what? Screw it. I'd prefer to see Indiana.
Yeah.
I prefer to see Indiana because the Knicks have good wings that we kind of struggle with. And also they have the best player out of both of those teams. So, yeah, you prefer to see Indiana, but I'm cool with either or. I'm cool with Lou Dort guarding JB. Brunson, that is. I'm cool with.
That'll be a huge matchup because Brunson has not seen any resistance in the past like 2 years. And I haven't seen him really been phased by defenders. And so I'm curious how.
You can't knock him off of his spot, bro. You can't. I haven't seen anybody be able to do it.
If you try, he's going to get.
Yeah,
he's strong. He's great, bro.
You literally can't do it, bro.
But yeah, I guess enough of.
He's a good player, though.
Yeah, no, he's great. But I guess enough of that. We can wrap it up here. Sorry for going on that little tangent about other shit. You guys, thanks for sticking around. But yeah, OKC takes it tonight. Wouldn't say in convincing fashion, but super excited about the way we closed that game. Super excited about
2 games in a row.
2 games in a row. Super excited about how we started that game. Super excited about Lugens Dort. My fault. Super excited for game 6. Everyone, just when you watch that game, don't be like me. You know, there's going to be highs and lows of every game. There's going to be runs. I literally texted it to the group chat. I said, when we were up 12-2, I was like, love that start. It's a game of runs. And, like, for some reason, I texted it and didn't believe in myself. And then all of a sudden, we were down 16-2. So just watch the game. Stay the course. It's a game of runs, and hopefully we come out on top. But everyone, really appreciate y'all for watching.
Yo, can I make one more comment before we head out?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had one more thought. So outside of the game 1 debacle, if we finish them out next game, that'll be 3 games in a row in which we close out Denver twice on their home court. So that would really solidify us as like a championship level contending team, because you can't do that to a past champion, you know, a multiple time MVP, an all-star level playoff guard in Jamal Murray, who has given teams like the Lakers fits. So
yeah,
I think it'd be bigger if we close them out tomorrow night rather than make it a 7-game series. I still think we'd obviously finish them in 7, but I'd really like to see these guys close it out one more time. If they can give me one more game.
Just give me one more day. One more day. Not for real, though. I mean, it would be super sweet. I'd probably, we didn't get it done yet, but if we were able to close out in Denver, I'd shed a little tear. Just a little one. I'll save the rest. I'll save the rest for when we get to the finals and then when we win the finals, but just a little bit of nostalgia there. But yeah, game 6 Thursday in Denver. Y'all got the time?
No, I don't have the time.
TBD.
Probably 9:30 though.
It's TBD. All right, bet. So game 6 Thursday in Denver. We'll see y'all there. We'll be here after the game. Keep tuning in. Again, really appreciate everybody that tunes in. Everyone that comes back. I mean, I see names like Ralph Films, Steezy Fly. I saw a few other names. I saw Garrett Hatcher, Texan by Nature.
JB's always in the chat.
I'm going to shout out a few more. Hotspot Casino, Bradley. A lot of guys that keep coming back to tune in, so we really appreciate that. And we will see you guys next time. And damn, there was one more thing. Thunder up, baby! Let's go!
Yes, sir.
Sir.